All right, so today we're going to go through every modification, upgrade, and maintenance that I've done to this van over the last 4 years. We're going to start from the front, work our way to the back. Now, if any of these upgrades or modifications spark your interest, there's going to be links in the description below of every video I've made about every modification I've done to this van. First thing, of course, is maintenance. Always get your oil changed regularly, get your transmission fluid checked, and always check your differential fluid. I got mine changed about 2 years ago. And the first modification is this guy right here. This is just a little solar powered LED light in the front that goes on and off, and that just lets everybody know that I have or may not have an alarm system in the van. As we head inside the van, let's take a look at the dash area. Now, one inexpensive and simple mod I did was this guy here. It's just a charger expansion pack that fits in your cup holder, plugs right into the cigarette lighter here, but then gives you more USBs and more expansion for other car adapters. The next mod has to do with the stereo. Now, you could take this whole stereo out, go through the trouble of installing a new one, but what I did was I grabbed this guy, $50 tape. Yep, it's Bluetooth. So it's got a battery in it, you charge it up, you put it in your tape player, your phone will Bluetooth into the tape, and then it will play through the tape deck. Sound quality is good, but keep in mind, if your tape player is noisy, you will hear this tape playing when there's no music on. Next up is our dash cam / backup cam. I chose a unit that goes right over top of the existing mirror, has a camera in the front, and then these wires are hidden and go all the way to the back of the van, right into the back of the AC compartment. Here's the reverse camera in the back, and as you can see, the wire neatly goes through the vent and through the AC chamber. Now, if you want to know how I hid the wires so well throughout the van, check out the video in the description below. Now, working our way back through the van, we're going to come to this compartment here where I've hidden one of my favorite upgrades. Now, when you open the cabinet, there's not really much to see here, but there is something hidden. If you take your secret key, aka a bottle opener or a fork, you place it underneath here and pull, this entire front wooden panel pops off. It has magnets on the back of the board to hold it in place so that you don't see our hidden safe. Yep, that's right, a hidden digital safe. When you open the safe, you'll see that there's 2 USB chargers and those power the lights that I'll show you in a minute. But this is a great place to store your passport, cash, jewelry, anything of value that you don't want left out in the van while you're gone for long durations of time. Also, if you have any expensive electronics, you can place them in here, leave them locked up, and charge them while you're driving or while you're away from the van. So after you're done with the safe, you simply take your board, place it in place, give it a little push, and it's hidden. The next big upgrade we've done is in the cabinet underneath the kitchen. Here you'll see I placed in the retractable racks. I can't say enough about this upgrade. Being able to utilize all this storage space and not getting things stuck in the back where you can't get to them, priceless. Although if you had to put a price on it, I believe it was about $80 for the 2 racks. To see our next upgrade, we're going to head over to the fridge. Now inside the fridge, you'll notice I've installed 2 fans. These are great if you're having frosting issues in the top and ice buildup. This helps circulate the air to keep the coolness moving and not get stagnant. Now you're probably wondering, where's this thing getting power from? Well, that's going to bring us to our next upgrade in the closet up here. When we open the TV cabinet here, we're going to notice, well, there is no TV, but there is this power station. Now on the power station, I've hooked up buttons for the TV, LED lights that are interior, that I'll show you in a sec, and the fridge fan. So when you want the fridge fan on, you simply press that button and the fan runs. This is a great way to isolate each item when you want to have it on or off and disconnect the power totally. This power distribution center is getting all of its power from this cigarette lighter located in the cabinet. I've also plugged in this very small inverter that has a 120 plug and 2 USBs. Now from this power distribution center, let's go to the solar. Here I have my Renology Rover 20 amp MPPT charge controller. I've put a kill switch to the solar panels that connect into the Renology charge controller. Just below the charge controller, I installed a mounting bracket for a TV. Now I have a small LED one that I put in when I'm gone camping. I've got a dedicated power line that goes to the TV mount, which is plugged into the power controller in the TV cabinet. Next up, let's take a look at our power system under the bed. Now when we enter the trunk, we're going to see that there is a 100 amp hour AGM battery up top here. I've also made a custom lid to house the other 100 amp hour battery, giving us 200 amp hours total. In the back you'll see the inverter I installed, and up here you'll see the power bar I have installed that is plugged into it. So this gives you 200 amp hours, but it gives you 100 amp hours of usable power, as you should never let your AGM batteries get below 50%. Another fun and functional mod that I put in here is these LED light strips. I've tied them into the original light and switch on the side, so when you turn it on at night, you're able to find everything and anything you need in the trunk. Huge headache saver when you're camping at night. Now to charge these batteries, they will charge as you're driving from the alternator. You could also plug into shore power, or we can use the solar panels located on the roof. There's two 100-watt flex panels, as we see here. And as we close the back of the van, we will see one of the best upgrades I've made. It's this guy right here, the motorcycle carrier on the back. This is the game changer. Now you're able to carry around an auxiliary vehicle so you can park the van wherever you need to be, but take the bike wherever you want to explore and save a ton of money on gas. And what do you put in the back of a 2001 Dodge Roadtrek 190? Well, let me show you. It's this beauty right here. 1978 Honda CT90. Just had the top end of this bike rebuilt. But of course, a couple days before I planned on making this video, the ignition coil went on the bike, so I can't start her up for you, but this bike runs like a top. She's got the CT90 Ultimate Trunk, video in description below, on how to build this bad boy. There is a solar panel on the top, which charges this 12-volt battery. This 12-volt battery is hooked up to this switch here, hidden underneath, and when you turn that switch on, it lights up this rear red light bar, as well as these LED lights that are located underneath the main stem. The power is also hooked up to this USB charger on the dash, so you can charge your phone as you're driving. This bike is the ultimate companion for when you're road trek van lifing. Now the van doesn't get the best gas mileage, but this bike more than makes up for it when you're exploring, shopping, or even just doing laundry. Now to get this bike up on the van, it's a one-man operation. You simply come to the rack, you pull out this pin, and this entire back rack comes right off. Then you simply take that rack and place these teeth into these holes, which will form a ramp for you to push the bike right up onto the van. Once you've pushed the bike up into the wheel choke here, this will pop up, hold the wheel in place, and that'll leave you hands-free so that you can strap down the bike to the 4 points on each corner. So the ramp extends down like that, and then you're simply pushing the bike up and onto the ramp. And once the bike's pushed up into the wheel choke there, she's solid, ready to get strapped down. Then to secure the bike down, we got the two straps in the back, and then in the front we got these sleeves that go over the handlebars, and then these guys can easily click in, be secured, and then just by giving her a pull, we can get that whole front section locked right down. Can't emphasize enough how much it changes van life when you have an auxiliary vehicle on the back of your van. Now let's look at a couple lighting upgrades that I've done. First one, these guys here. They have the light motion sensor, on-off switch, and a solar panel. If you want to put lights on the outside of your van, has to have this on-off switch, because you don't want these lights coming on while you're driving at night. I've got one on the back, one on the driver's side, and there was one on the passenger side. It has since died and I've removed it, but I may replace it. The next light upgrade I've done is right here, underneath the awning, LED light strip, all the way down. This is a multicolor one that operates with a remote control, and I placed the remote where I wouldn't lose it, right there. This LED light strip gets its power through here, which ventures all the way around, all the way around, oh yeah, still going around, and comes down and plugs into the USB ports that are located in the safe. Now, as I showed you earlier, the power management system in the TV cubby will turn on these LED lights. These lights are a must for when you're chilling at night and you don't want the bright lights on inside. Speaking of which, these are the next upgrade. I've changed and upgraded all the interior lights to these LED ones here. Now these lights are much brighter than the originals, plus they give you the option of having 1 or 2 bulbs on. I've changed the ones here in the center, as well as the ones in the back. And I even changed out the iconic round light that's located above the bed here. One other update I forgot to mention while in the back is the carpet removal. I've taken out all the carpet out of here underneath the bed, as well as the entire trunk area. Taking this carpet out of the trunk area was one of the best decisions. It's so much cleaner, neater, and easier to clean back here now. Plus, adding in this LED light setup really makes it an ease to use the trunk. And now to one of the most difficult yet rewarding upgrades I've done to the Roadtrek 190 Popular. It was taking out the water heater and replacing it with this. A retractable barbecue. Yep, that's right. Retractable barbecue. Now initially my plan was to hook up the barbecue to the gas that's supplied for the water heater. But the water heater takes much less pressure than this barbecue. So as a substitution, I have a hose and I hook it up to one of those small green tanks, leave that one on the ground, and it makes for a much easier barbecuing experience than having to carry it around in the trunk, bring it all out to set up, and then having to put it all back away. And yes, there is a video in the description below on how to do this mod step by step, start to finish. Another big repair I had to do is located here under the step, under the driver's side, the septic pipe. This entire pipe and the accordion style pipe located within it had to fully be replaced, as well as the cap. Full step-by-step video in the description below. Now because I keep the back area as a bed all the time, I never set this up as a table. The speakers are located underneath the bed. And that's usually where I store my dirty laundry. So I've since moved those speakers and rewired them up into the back corners of the van. Makes for much better sound distribution, and the sound doesn't get muffled when I have my dirty laundry bag stuffed underneath the bed here. One other modification I forgot to mention was this, the removal of the microwave that's usually stored up here. I have my inverter remote mounted to the wall here, and I also have this Brita water filter strapped down onto the countertop. This is great for when you're camping and you want to filter your water, but you don't want to spend $500–600 on a Berkey system. Now you're probably wondering what happened to the microwave and what happened to the shower curtain rod that used to be on the ceiling here. Well, they're right here. Yep, I've saved and stored every single thing I've ever removed from this van, just in case I want to put it back in. Now what future mods might there be for this van? Well, if anything, I would love to wrap this van. There's one thing about these old Dodge Roadtreks is the paint peels. No matter what year you get, it seems like the paint is always peeling on them. Now with mine, the hood and front is the worst area of this, but there is no rust. It's just the primer is exposed, and this seems to be a problem that happens with every Dodge Roadtrek owner. Well guys, I think that's every mod, maintenance, and upgrade I've done to this van. Write down in the comments which one's your favorite or which one didn't I mention that you'd like to see. Thanks for watching guys, I really appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.